How's it going, everybody? Once again, this is Ronald Tracy Robinson, one-third of the Political Bombcast. I'm part of the Libertarian Party of Duval County. I have with me Michael Sampson of the Jacksonville Community Action Committee. And we're going to ask him a couple of questions about why he's here and what his organization is about. Before that, I want to ask him one question. Now, Mr. Sampson, you've heard about the renovations of the stadium that's going on in downtown for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes,
do you believe that the renovations of what's going on downtown with the stadium is going to positively affect the upward mobility of the African American community?
I think anytime there's taxpayer money, public money, a part of any project, there has to be a high level of scrutiny. You know, I'm not in favor of I'm not in favor of like billionaires and millionaires getting taxpayer money for free. And obviously, you know, we have a big problem in this country in regards to like NFL owners basically getting millions and billions of dollars of taxpayer money while our communities are left without any type of investment. Roads are messed up, yet we want to give $1 billion to the owner, Shad Khan. I mean, I understand practically, economically, the importance of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm a Jags fan, but I think the city definitely has to make sure that they're good stewards of taxpayer money.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Yeah. And I have a question. This one concerns the Confederate monuments that are downtown. As far as that's concerned, I'm pretty sure everybody knows our stances when it comes to racism and slavery. Everybody has that on the back of their minds. That's pretty much a no-brainer. That's a given, right? That's a low-hanging fruit from the tree. Cool, awesome. Now, as far as taking away those Confederate monuments and those statues, do you believe that they should be taken away using public taxpayer dollars? Or do you think they should be privately bought so that the ones who want to get rid of those things can do it on their own dime and let those who either agree or do not agree with that can make their own decisions?
Well, I think it's a catch-22 because I think it was put up with public funding years ago when Jim Crow first started. I mean, the Confederate monuments in Jacksonville were literally put up in 1910, 1920, 1930s when Jim Crow became a thing here. And it was put up as a symbol of racist oppression here to show African Americans here who's in charge, which is white supremacy. So I'm in favor of them all coming down, public, private, whatever happens. I'm sure there's many private funders and even like, you know, pro-Confederate sympathizers who would love to have it. You know, let them pay the cost, take them down, whatever. But I think they need to come down. I think they're symbolic of white supremacy here in Jacksonville. And, you know, I think symbols are bad. You know, there's a reason why in Nazi Germany they've banned Nazism. They banned Nazi statues. We're the only country that still basically upholds a nation that sought to overthrow the United States of America. So I think whatever symbolizes them and uplifts them should be eradicated from Jacksonville. Yep.
Absolutely. It's pretty ironic that the Aryan nation that he was so a big proponent of, that they wiped out millions for, he had to appropriate cultures of an Italian empire and then use an Indian symbol in order to use that. So it's kind of pretty ironic on that front. Right. But number three, third and final question, as far as the funding of this is concerning police funding. Now, from your end, I know we have the whole slogan of defund the police, defund that, and it's kind of caught a bad rep over its inception.
Right.
Now, are you in favor of private institutions and private companies funded by those who want that to provide the protection of the local communities around them, as opposed to leaving it up to the government to provide that protection, which would be a monopoly on protection? And when it's in their discretion, we have the whole history and the gamut of violence against policemen and pretty much every ethnic group. And of course, African Americans, that's a no-brainer. But are you in favor of private security and private funding for those who specifically want that in their area?
I mean, I think obviously now, I think any private individual who wants to secure private security has the ability to get that. I think the issue that we've seen historically with private security apparatuses is, for example, in New York in the early 1900s, you would literally have like private firefighter security forces fighting against each other for competition for jobs. Obviously, you know, I'm not against any private individuals coming together to basically fund their own security. You know, I think that's everybody's right to do. I do think that, you know, in regards to taxpayer money going towards public safety, you know, we're in favor of something called community control of the police, We feel as though community members elected from the community representing the people should have a decisive voice when it comes to police funding. It should be their decision. If they want public safety funding going towards private security, the people should decide that. If they want it going towards adding more police officers, the people should decide that. But right now, you kind of have a unregulated, like you said, monopoly
On
protection, a monopoly of violence, right? That we're basically giving all this money to. And it's like that famous, is it Thomas Jefferson quote, those who sacrifice their liberty for security deserve either, so there's a reason why you see so much crime, so much like talk of crime. It's the same reason why you see so much talk of terrorism overseas. They want to fund a military budget, they want to fund a military industrial complex, and the police industrial complex in local cities is an actual thing. All these weapon manufacturers get so much money off of taxpayer money police budgets. And I think 600, the JSO's asking for an increased $37 million for their budget. For what?
Right.
We know more than anything, especially in Florida. My politics may not be the same. I'm a firm believer of people's Second Amendment rights, and we know more than anything, people protect themselves. People protect their own communities, and our communities have never been able to rely on the sheriff's office to come and rescue us from the bad guys. We have to rescue ourselves. So I think our $600 million of our taxpayer money going to that, put that money towards a park, or just give that money back to the people. I think it's silly that almost half of our city budget is going towards public safety when we keep ourselves safe. You know what I'm saying?
And I think it's pretty ironic that they keep creating more laws in the city of Jacksonville that nobody can keep up with, and they want to expand and make even bigger the jailhouse and the corrections place down.
They want $250 million to move the jail to like Northside or whatever. I'm just like, keep the $250 million. My brother Anthony Brown, what can we do in a black community with $250 million?
Look here. I came to ask him the hot button question, which is, what you think about reparations? Now, I know it's been a taboo issue, and I know a lot of these black officials don't want to touch it because they worry about upsetting white mommy and daddy, but I'm asking you, my brother, what you think about reparations?
I'm in favor of it. I mean, for years, there's been systemic disenfranchisement of black ownership, and at the end of the day, we support property ownership, and everyone should have equal access to have ownership, and African Americans in this city have not had that access. So I support 40 acres and a mule, and those promises coming back.
You heard it here. You know where I stand at. I am in full support of reparations.
Before this, brother Michael Sampson, thank you for coming and interviewing with us in the first. Give us an overview of what your organization is about. I see your slogan here is community control of the police now. Give us the mission statement of your organization.
Yeah, so the Jacksonville Community Action Committee, we're an organization here fighting for self-determination. We're trying to end police brutality. We're fighting for the creation of a public safety committee through a ballot initiative we're going to launch to get on the ballot in 2026. We feel as though the people should have oversight over the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. They shouldn't be investigating themselves. The people should have the ability to have a say in how our community is policed. So we're fighting against police brutality. We're fighting for a budget that favors the people, not just favors a police state that keeps expanding. So,
thank you so much, good brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, enjoy your day. I appreciate you.